Hey, welcome in everybody. This is Sit Down and Heal with Coach Derek, and this is our first live YouTube show. My name is Coach Derek, and I'll introduce myself in a few minutes here. I just want to make sure you guys are okay and everything is populating where it needs to be. But I welcome you. Here we do topics related to healing and relationships because they bridge over to each other. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But in the meantime, I want you guys to relax, have a good time, and we have an amazing topic tonight. We're talking about dating while you're broken. A lot of us have done that, and we're going to get there in a second. So give me literally 5 seconds, and I will definitely get back to you guys. I just want to make sure that we are live and that you can see me and all of the good things here. Okay, looks like we're live. So let's just go ahead and get into the topic. I'll introduce myself first and then we'll get right into the topic. And then we'll have an amazing commercial break that you definitely want to stay for. If you're live, only for the live people, I have a special surprise. So stand by. So I want to welcome you guys officially to the Sit Down and Heal show with Coach Derek. My name is Coach Derek and I am your host. I'm a certified healing journey coach and relationship coach. And here, what we do in the coaching and on the show is talk about and handle healing topics mainly, but healing as it's adjacent to relationships. So we talk about relationship trauma, childhood wounds, and those type of things that happen before the relationship lend itself into the relationship. And it's about the things that we need to work on, the things that we need to fix so that we can progress into a possible healthier relationship situation or if you're already in a relationship, learn some better tactics on how to keep your existing relationship moving the way that it needs to. So we're going to get into this topic, and I thank you, Vernice, because I was wondering about the comments. So it's good that they work. So let's get into the topic. We're going to talk about being broken while you're dating, and we're not going to take a real long time tonight because this is the last show of the year. So I'm not going to make it too long for you guys. I know you guys got things to do. But let's talk about this. Being broken while dating. It's an interesting topic because a lot of times people, we in our mind, we think we're good. Like, I'm a good person, I'm lovable, I'm cute, whatever, right? I'm out here and I want to be met. I want to date. I want to, find my person, right? I'm a good person. So if I find another good person, it should be great, right? And that makes us, it's almost kind of like an innocence, right? I'm innocently dating, hoping that someone will see the good in me that I know on the inside. But sometimes there's something else bubbling up under the surface. So it doesn't mean you're bad, right? It just might mean that you're broken. And so we're going to use broken not in such a negative way. I know it has a negative connotation in a lot of our minds, but I want to say broken in the sense that you are not healed, right? And I hate using healed with the ed. That you're not on the healing journey, that you haven't taken a look at your history and your patterns, right? So if we use this term broken, even though in our brains we think that we're ready, right? And this is what ready sounds like to a lot of us in our heads, especially those people who tend to be a little more like a fixer, people pleaser, right? This is what it sounds like. Someone should really want to be with me because I'm willing to give them my all. I'm willing to put in 200%. I'm a good catch. I don't understand why nobody, you know, I'm not attracting these type of people to see this goodness in me, right? But what happens underneath the hood of this, what's happening underneath a lot of our skins is even though we consciously think that we're good, we're subconsciously a little dysfunctional, a little broken, a little or a lot unhealed. We haven't gotten over the traumas of the past, but we don't want to be alone. So we continue to put ourselves out there to be dated. So think about it like this. And those of you who have followed me, you could probably do this show for me because this is almost kind of like a recap of multiple things since we're closing out 2024. So think about this: dating while not knowing that you're broken, showing up in the dating pool, picking from the broken part of you, and still not realizing that you're broken. But the people that you pick are a mirror of that brokenness. We just don't know how to conceptualize it because we're the good guy or the good woman. It can't be me. Right. And if we dig deeper into this healing space, which is, my whole platform at this point, we got to think about things that we do that show up broken, even when we can't see it. Right. So that's really what the tone is tonight. What are some of the things and the symptoms that say you're broken, even though we don't even realize that we are? So, how many people can say that they self sabotage? You met the person, but you messed it up. And it wasn't anything about cheating or anything like that. It was just you wasn't ready, but you tried it. You're a good person, but it just didn't feel right. It was almost too good to be true. So you started looking for stuff to be wrong. Because there's no way that you deserve to be treated this well. And so you know what happens when you really look hard for something to be off. You're going to see it. Why? Because that person is not perfect. You're going to find something wrong. And then you will make that excuse why things aren't going well. You're not going to look at yourself a little bit because why? Because you're the good person. Can't be you. And this is what you do a lot of times when you self-sabotage things. I give you a little of I tell this story, but I'm going to tweak it a little bit. Imagine a person who comes into a relationship. It's not you, it's the other person, right? We're just going to play this little role play. The other person comes in and they're calm, mild mannered, peaceful. They ready for you. They want to make sure that they do everything to support you, care for you, love you. And remember, we did the show, I believe it was last week, about having normalized chaos. It's a little too quiet. You don't really get the responses that you're used to. So, this is what we do: we try to recreate, pay attention, we try to recreate the scenarios that we're used to in the new person so that we can go back to our dysfunctional comfort zone, right? So, this is what it looks like. If I'm too quiet and I don't show my anger, you may do something to make me angry so that you can be comfortable. You're going to make someone who's not angry just so you can see it because that's what you're used to. Think about it. You're going to make a person that's chilling angry for your own dysfunctional benefit. Are you still the good person now? You're broken while dating. Are you really good when you're manipulating? You know, the thing that y'all run away from, right? You don't want someone to manipulate you, but you then become the manipulator, not in a sinister way, but you become the manipulator for your own self serving purposes. And what's being served? Your trauma. The conscious mind is saying, I'm a good person. I'm a good person. The trauma's like, nah, we need some more yelling. Remember how daddy used to be? We need that. We got to make this dude mad because guess what? If I don't get what I want, they might leave us. So let's make it comfortable for us and make sure they don't leave at the same time. But what ends up happening is you berate that person so much they may end up leaving. So now everything you did has sabotaged the relationship, but you're still the good person, right? And we always talk about, and I know you guys have seen a lot of the videos on this about emotional intelligence, right? and how we look for people who have emotional intelligence, right? That's on a lot of people's list. You go watch the little pop the balloon shows and all the videos and stuff on like TikTok, and they'll be like, "Yeah, I'm looking for somebody who's emotional intelligence. I want them to be loyal." And the thing about emotional intelligence is that when you ask for it, you got to ask yourself, "Do I have it?" And a lot of times the answer is no, right? So this is what this looks like under the hood. So pay attention. The reason why people tout they want emotional intelligence is because they are used to people who don't have it, right? That's the easy answer. You're used to people that don't have it. And maybe you, because they didn't have it, you came from a painful, dysfunctional relationship in the past, right? It hurts. So you don't want to hurt again. So you're going to look for someone who's the opposite of that. So if they were emotionally unavailable, you want someone that's emotionally available. They're in tune with their feelings. They have emotional intelligence, right? That way, you can kind of manage the amount of safety you can get. However, most of the time, the person that is requiring this as a solution to their pain doesn't have any of it. So, what you're looking for, not you, the people in the comments, but in general, what you're looking for is someone who's emotionally stable enough to deal with your stuff. They're going to deal with your quirks, they're going to deal with your issues, but they're going to be calm about it. Think about that. You need someone who is going to be calm while you are in your feelings. Your emotional regulation and intelligence is real low. You still got things to work on. So you're going to find somebody who's already worked on themselves because you believe that that's a safe space. However, if you are not there, you run the chance of ruining the relationship and or the other person. Because as I always say, most people are out here looking for people to deal with the stuff that they haven't worked on, i.e., someone who's emotionally intelligent. It's a cute buzzword to say, but most people are not ready for a true emotionally regulated person because they're going to tell you no. They're going to be like, I'm not putting up with this. I can leave. This doesn't feel right. This thing you're doing right now, this is not, it's messing with my, it's messing with my center. We're not doing that. A lot of these people, they're not ready for that type of person. They're not ready for somebody to tell them, you're doing too much. I'm not going to pander to your emotional outbursts the way that you're used to. I choose me. You're not ready for that because selfishly, it's about you. Are you still the good person? You're technically yes, but your trauma, ooh, here go the finger. Your trauma in your child, that inner child, oh, they're not ready. That inner child, if it's let loose, can't handle emotional intelligence, even though your conscious mind is saying that's what you want. I hope y'all caught that. Keep asking for emotional intelligence. Your inner child is going to be frustrated as hell with it. You know, a child does a temper tantrum, right? A temper tantrum when they don't get their way. Your inner child is doing that when that person tells you no. And you're going to feel the emotions inside of you and you're going to be tingly like, damn, they just told me no. I said I wanted them to be regulated, but maybe like your tone is just a little too high. Can you bring that down so we can have a peace? No, I'm not gonna. Whoa. Yes, I'm not putting up with that. We're not gonna talk until you bring that down. You're not ready for that. Your inner child is triggered. You're not ready for that. So when we ask for things, we got to make sure we're ready to handle it. Right? You want peace? but peace might be too quiet for you, right? We talked about that last week, right? We don't, do we really? So here's the question. Do we really know ourselves enough to be qualified for the thing that we ask for? Are we really ready to handle what we ask for? For a lot of people, the answer is no. For a lot of people, they don't even know the answer because they don't know who they are. They do not recognize who that inner child is. And that's why here at Sit Down and Heal Coaching, we help you figure out the patterns. We help you identify and pull the covers off the top of off the top of the inner child and be like, hey, we see you. Now that we see you, we can't. You're not gonna keep running me. I know you're there now. You're not hiding no more. Once you uncover that, your life changes if you're willing to make the change, right? So let's think about this. We're gonna keep going for a little bit, a little something. The dating pool has pee in it, right? We talk about this all the time. Y'all love saying that. What do y'all say? It's trash, right? The whole dating pool is trash, right? Y'all know how I feel about absolute statements, right? You think about it like this, right? The dating pool is trash. And you know what I just had a thought. You know, I used to say this way, 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 way back in the day when the internet first started, right? And people used to say, and they still say it today, they'll online date for like 2 years. They'll meet some duds, things that don't really fit. And they'll say everybody on online dating is crazy. And I used to tell them, I'm like, but you was on there. So if you consider yourself to be a good person, statistically, there's probably other good people there as well. So the question is, who did you choose to spend your time with? What part of you wanted to attach to certain types of people that yielded the results? And I know what you're going to say. But what if they lie? Y'all love saying that. What if they lie? If you keep saying, what if they lie? That means you haven't been getting coaching because we don't worry about that here. And I'll tell you why. The what if they lie is only a problem to people who have not, and I repeat, who have not done their healing journey and have found a place of peace in their lives by themselves. You have an energy and an aura about you once you are on the other side of it, where you're maintaining yourself and you're learning new things, but you've done the bulk of the work. When someone lies here and the behavior that attaches to that doesn't match, your radar is quicker because now you're vibing with them on an energetic level that you didn't have before. Now you're vibing with them without the trauma. Your vision becomes clearer. It's going to look crazy faster. So they may be able to jump over the fence, the first fence. And I tell y'all, I've been telling y'all this for years. They're not that good. They rely on you to be broken. So a lot of times people, I'm not broken. I had both my parents in the house, and I was like, so you didn't get it yet. I did too. Most of us have some kind of a wound. We just don't know to call it that, right? So that's why you come to me and I'll help you figure out what that pattern is so that we don't have to make those same mistakes, right? So think about it. If you should choose to dive in to the dating pool, are you really ready to be able to swim in that pool with your new, more healed version of you and have to discard people left and right because your senses are more attuned? Are you okay with discarding people and not finding your person, but still willing to exist in the pool just in case you run across someone? See, a lot of y'all are not built this way. A lot of y'all will go out, you'll date, you'll meet 5 people that wasn't good, and you give up and you'll say, I don't I don't know why I keep attracting the same type of people. This is trash. I'm just going to quit. I'm not going to date anymore. These 5 people, they just suck. I met 5 in a row that wasn't for me. You're not ready. Y'all know I'm gonna repeat. I tell y'all this all the time. If you meet somebody and you discard them on the phone or the first or second date, you win. It's not a lot of time out of your life. So if that first date and then it doesn't work consumes you to the point where you just stop dating, you're not ready to date. Get out the pool. Get out the pool. Now, maybe you didn't know you shouldn't have been in there, but you went in on the deep end. You still complaining about a date from 2 months ago that didn't work. You're not ready. Show attachment style showing. It didn't give you nothing to grab on, so you pissed. But should you be about a stranger? Think about it. How many times have we dated people? It didn't go well. We put a lot of stock into them because of the phone conversation was great and they looked amazing. We put a lot of stock into them, and it's the first week. And then when they do something dumb or it doesn't work, we be devastated. Like, damn, I wanted this one to work. How long do you carry that feeling? Should you be carrying that feeling? See, what happens when you embark on this healing journey is that you find an inner peace within yourself alone. So when it doesn't work, you're still peaceful alone. They weren't responsible for your peace. You are. Don't date while you're broken. So here's the caveat. A lot of us don't know that we are. And that's okay for now. Look at the symptoms and you won't have to know that you are. The results will dictate whether you need to heal or not. The results will dictate whether you need to heal or not. And that's the process that you go through with me, identification of the patterns, because they're there. See, a lot of times what happens is when you come to coaching, a lot of you will be like, I already know what's wrong with me. I just need to find a better person, and we don't necessarily have to work on all of this because I already know. No, you don't. If you knew it all, why are you here? There's something wrong. And somewhere inside of you, you know there's something wrong. You know there's something wrong. So what are you going to do about it? Look at the symptoms. If you keep meeting the same type of person over and over again, that's a symptom, meaning spending time with. Because all of this talk about this only type of person that's attracted to me, stop it. That attracted word is a buzzword. I'm trying to be politically correct. You can meet a random transient person on the street that's attracted to you because you're cute. It's not about the attraction, it's about where you choose to stay. That's why it hurts because you invested time. Y'all know, ladies, if you go to a gas station or wherever, somebody's gonna be like, "Hey there, how you doing?" They're attracted to you too, but that doesn't hurt, right? Because you could toss that away. The only reason you're talking about using the word attracted is because you stay too long, even if too long is 2 dates. So it's not them. And if you feel like it is them and you meet 10 of the identical same people and you spent time there, it's still you. Symptom. You keep sabotaging relationships, symptom. You keep falling in love too fast and ending up in the wrong place, symptom. You keep trying to find people to fix, symptom. People keep leaving you and you're a good person, symptom. Because the leaving you part, we all go through that, right? Somebody want to leave me because they don't feel comfortable or whatever. That's cool, right? I'm talking about people leaving you maybe because of you. And if it happens every time, it's a pattern, right? If people are leaving you and you should have left first, it's still you. Why you stay so long? Symptom. So even if you don't know about how you need to heal and all these things, symptom. So think about that. So when you realize that you probably are dating while broken, like I'm about to do this on speed right here, right? The next step is once you realize it, the question is, are you prepared to deal with it? Most of us are not. That's why we have therapists and coaches out here because we can guide you. But the first step is admitting that you have a problem, right? Yeah, it sounds like an AA meeting. It is because you drunk off of trauma. Yeah, I said it. So it's time to sober up so we can make better decisions and move properly out here and keep our sanity because we lost a lot of ourselves in these relationships and in life. And it's time to get back to it. We're not getting any younger. So it's time to make the main thing the main thing. So if you need anything related to anything that I've said tonight and or healing, first of all, you got the let me just throw it up here real quick. The ebook that was given out free just for the people who got here late. That for a reason because we be sabotaging our own healing journey and getting in our own way. So it's time to get over yourself and let's start healing. Nope, it's not easy, but it's possible, right? It's possible as long as you get out of your own way. So those of you who need to learn the YouTube live, I'm gonna be here every week. So y'all better get used to it. Um, so I'm gonna land my big plane on this right now. Um, I'm not gonna come back on YouTube until January. I think January 7th is the first Tuesday, I believe. In January, whatever the first Tuesday is, I'll be back. Um, I am not, and I repeat, I am not going to do and Terry, you may have to do something. I'm not going to do the thing tonight on Discord. Oh, I'm gonna be clipping up a lot of this off of here. Um, so let me do this for YouTube purposes because this middle part took a while. I had fun with y'all, but we ain't on TikTok. I got to make sure this is official for somebody who comes back 10 months from now. Yeah, the 7th. So so that's when I'm coming back on YouTube, and then the Discord part will enact itself back then. I'm taking a break for the rest of the year. However, those of you who follow me on TikTok, I will be popping up all over the place, telling y'all about the ebook and all the other stuff I got. So I'm not going anywhere. But the Tuesday, I'm taking a break from. Okay, thank you. So for this show next year, but I'm going to be popping up throughout the rest of the year. So the TikTok is gonna be popping. So I will see you guys next time, and y'all have an amazing night. And thank you guys for supporting this first YouTube live. This was a test run. It had to shake some cobwebs off, but I think it went pretty good. You guys have a good night, and I will see you in January. for this show. Good night.